Hey, so good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. It is 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday. I'm doing my laundry, and I just got on here because I got time today. Okay, I have time today. I know I haven't been on in a while, and really, it's just been busy. And on top of being busy, I haven't, really just put no effort into my channel. But I need to get on here and discuss these food prices and food issues. Not, of course, the food has gone up, everything has gone up, and we expect that. You know what I'm saying? At this time, we expect that. But I went to Walmart on Friday, and I was just looking for, just a single steak, or, a pack with two steaks in there, just to you know get something to eat for that day. And of course I wanted a steak. So Walmart has the some thin T-bones usually. I went to Kroger. Kroger didn't have a good selection, and so I moved on to Walmart. And then when I got there, when I say I was appalled, I was appalled. Okay, listen, I understand that prices are going up. It is coming Thanksgiving. These people not getting their stamps and carrying on, and y'all putting out rancid meat. Listen, it was steak out there. The T-bone, thin T-bones, were $38 for two steaks in the pack. And listen, they were brown and green. They did not have any redness to them. They were dead, okay, for sure dead. They looked pre-cooked. And amidst all of this, people not getting their stamps, and this, there's gonna be a lot of bad meat out there. Y'all got these prices at $30 and $40 for a single steak or two, and it is just horrible. Not only not people not gonna get the stamps, but if they do get a couple of dollars, they can't afford none of the meat. And listen, don't go to Walmart, because I went to Walmart in Wichita, Kansas, on Rock Road, and let me tell you, when I say the majority of the beef was brown, green, and purple instead of red. Listen, I went through all these packages looking for a decent cut of meat, and it was none to be found. And like I said, two steaks in the package. They were already the color of a countertop, and they were $38 and some change. And listen, that was the yellow sticker, okay? So prior to the yellow sticker, it was 40 some dollars for these two little thin T-bone steaks. I mean, they were the thin ones that you can cook like for 4 minutes and flip it in 4 minutes and then take it out. I was like, come on. The stewed meat, the beef that's chopped up, and you use it for like making a beef stew or a soup or something. Same. Every cube in there was like a brownish color. That's not the way meat is supposed to look, and especially when you're charging people $30 and $40 for just these couple of cubes in the package. I mean, really, it is getting outrageous out here, and they are charging top quality prices for rancid meat. Listen, if you're going to the grocery store, look at that meat good, okay? Because they trying to trick y'all out here and get you to buy this old meat for these top prices, and we do not have time for this. And also, I went to Kroger, and the selection was so slim, okay? When I say slim pickings, they barely had anything. Definitely not enough for you to make a good decision. It wasn't that it was, looked bad. It was just like it wasn't there at all. And listen, it's getting time close to these holidays, and everybody's going to be trying to get a little this and get a little that as much as they can to provide for their families or, whoever's in their life and themselves. Just be careful because don't mess around and make your family sick. This is outrageous that we have to not only stop that, get down. Not only look at the food and be selective on it, it is really bad out here. So, with these prices that are sky high and the selection is so slim, make sure you look, because I feel like really they putting tags on stuff that should be in the garbage. That meat should have been in the garbage. And especially that pack of steaks that said $38 on it. It was the yellow label. I cannot get past that. It was the yellow label. Too thin T-bones. I mean, when I say thin, the ones you can't put on there too long. You got to flip it real quick and take it on out. $38. And that's the yellow tag, which means, hey, this is getting ready to expire. Eat it as soon as possible. You don't even have time to put that one in the refrigerator. You got to eat this right away. So, again, as I was saying, this meat out here is ridiculous. So be really careful and be very selective about what you're picking up, because it's no reason that those two thin steaks should have been $38. That's number one. And it's definitely no reason that they should have been brown. I mean, they were brown. There was no pink anywhere, no red anywhere. This was brown meat. It was expired. And it had that yellow tag on there, which we all know Walmart puts those yellow tags on things that, they got only a couple of days left. That meat didn't have no days left. It should have been off out of that meat cabinet 2 days ago. Because there's no way you should have to open up a sour steak, okay? Because that's just what it was going to be, a sour steak. And I don't even want to even think about the ones that's in the little thing that say Angus. This was just like I said, this was just going to be a evening dinner. This wasn't, a meal fit for a king. I just wanted a steak. I had a taste for a steak. So I'm not even talking about the stuff that said, over there, the organic grass-fed meat. It was just the regular meat. And listen, the grass-fed didn't look no better. It didn't look no better, okay? Be careful out here. Be selective when you picking this meat. Even the bacon was brown. Listen, bacon is pink, pinkish reddish. Where's the meat at? The pecks were brown. So you got to look at everything, because they not taking it off the shelf. They know that ain't nobody buying it, so they leaving it on the shelf longer than it should be on that shelf. When y'all going out getting y'all holiday meals, be selective. Look around. Look, put some gas in your car. You might have to go to more than one store, because the way these items looking, don't poison your family. Look like it's gonna be a vegetable holiday. Ain't no way. You can't even see what them turkeys look like. Who knows? They might have been in the freezer since 2 years ago, and they just pulling them from back to front. So be careful what you buying these days. You would think that since the prices have gone up so high, they would at least give you some quality food. No, the quality is worse. Like I said, I'm not used to looking through a bunch of brown meat. That's usually on that side over there in its own little column that says, reduced prices. No, it's with the other meat now. It's with the other meat. It's all blended together. So be careful out here. I hope y'all enjoy y'all holiday. And I hope I can't even find nothing else to talk about because that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. And needless to say, I did not get a steak that day because none were worth getting, okay? None were worth getting. So I ended up getting some ground beef. And I got the what is it? I think it's 90/10. I think it's 90/10. And which, 90/10 is usually a little bit more. It's got the green label on it, I think. So it was 90/10 and it was a small pack. And it was $18. The smallest pack of hamburger, because it's just me. And I just had a taste for some red meat. So I was like, okay, I may make a cheeseburger because the steak was not even worth trying to grab. And that small pack of hamburger, when I tell you, the little pack that you probably can get like 2 or 3 hamburgers out of. Y'all, listen. Stay vigilant out here. And you know what? Try not to waste nothing. If you don't think you can eat it all, don't defrost it all. Separate it. Put it in some Ziplocs so that you only defrost in what you want to eat. If you find a pack of steaks with more than one in there, separate them. You know what I'm saying? So that way they can stay longer and you don't have to defrost the whole 12 pack. When you get them home, separate them, put them in some saran wrap and then the freezer lock Ziploc. That's just what I do. I wrap them in saran wrap first and then put them in a freezer bag Ziploc. I don't like freezer burnt meat, so I try to protect it. And I think you should try to separate your meat and stretch everything because they ain't trying to let us eat this year. Grandma and them ain't finna be making that big old platter of food like normal. Y'all, be careful out here, okay? Watch what you eat, watch what you purchase, and watch where you purchase it from because they just selling crap. And, they getting their same money. They getting their same money for rancid products, okay? So make sure you check your date on your milk, on your any dairy products. Look at your eggs, make sure they not broken because they just sitting them in there. I saw, I went through the eggs and several broken eggs. I was just like, we paying more for less, really, more for less. So, hope everybody have a good holiday. I'm gonna finish doing this laundry and try to relax for the day. All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. Have a good day.